All right, let's get right into it. We're talking about the 5 habits that are silently, secretly ruining your life. And you know what the scariest part is? You probably don't even realize it's happening. So let me just ask you straight up, are you sabotaging yourself? Because we're not talking about some big dramatic failure. We're talking about the small, everyday choices that just pile up day after day, holding you back from becoming who you're supposed to be.
And this is the whole idea, right here. We're always obsessed with adding more stuff to our plate. More hustle, more tasks, more everything. But the real game changer, it's about subtraction. True success comes from what you stop doing. It's about finally cutting those anchors that are dragging you to the bottom.
So what are these anchors? Here they are. The 5 big ones we're going to tear apart today. Mindless scrolling, absolutely destroying your sleep, eating like garbage, hanging out with the wrong crowd, and maybe the biggest one of all, avoiding discomfort. Let's do this.
First, we've got to look inward. We're starting with the internal battles. You know, the ones you fight inside your own head with your own body. These are the habits that you, and only you, have control over, even when it feels like they're controlling you.
First on the chopping block, mindless scrolling. Look, this is so much more than just wasting a few minutes. Every time you swipe, your brain gets a cheap little hit of a chemical called dopamine. It's a quick fix, an easy reward. And just like any addiction, your brain starts to crave it, making it almost impossible to focus on the deep, meaningful work that actually moves your life forward. That idea of a mental bank account is so perfect. Every single swipe is a withdrawal, just draining your focus until there's absolutely nothing left to invest in your own future.
Okay, next, we need to talk about sleep. There's this toxic grind culture myth out there that running on 4 hours of sleep is some kind of badge of honor. As you can see here, that's a flat-out lie. The reality? It is self-sabotage, plain and simple. That isn't discipline, it's you actively destroying your own foundation.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Your sleep is your foundation. You can have the most brilliant blueprints in the world, but if the ground you're building on is cracked and unstable, the whole thing's coming down. You want peak performance? You need peak rest. End of story.
Which leads us right to the third internal killer, your fuel. It's such a simple concept, but we act like it's a mystery. You would never, ever put cheap, dirty gasoline into a high-performance race car, would you? So why on earth are you doing it to your own body? And this isn't just about feeling tired. Your brain needs quality fuel to think, to create, to solve problems. Junk food is literally starving your potential.
It all boils down to this fundamental truth. What you eat, you become. If you fill your body with garbage, you can't be surprised when you feel like garbage, and your work ends up looking like garbage too. Your success is directly tied to your physical vitality.
All right, so we've looked inside. Now it's time to shift our gaze outward. Let's talk about the external anchors, the forces and people in your environment that are keeping you stuck. This one is huge. I want you to take a hard, honest look at the people you spend the most time with. Their energy, their ambition, or lack thereof, their standards, it all rubs off on you, whether you like it or not. Your social circle is either going to be a rocket ship or a cage.
The source material is blunt here, but it's powerful because it's true. If you surround yourself with people who have no drive, who just complain and stay exactly where they are, guess what? You're going to become one of them. You absolutely need a circle that challenges you and pulls you up, not one that's comfortable with you staying down in the mud with them.
And that brings us perfectly to our final silent killer, avoiding discomfort. We are biologically wired to seek comfort, to find the easy path. But comfort is the absolute enemy of growth. If your life feels easy right now, that's not a good thing. It's a warning sign that you're not pushing, you're not stretching, you're not improving.
So how do you actually fight back against this? Well, the path is pretty simple. Step 1, identify what makes you uncomfortable, the thing you know you need to do. Step 2, you step into that stretch zone. That's the magic place just outside of what's easy, where all the progress happens. And step 3, you do it again and again. That's the cycle of growth. It's that simple.
So, we've identified the 5 killers. We know the enemy. Now let's bring it all together and talk about how you actually win the race. How you reclaim all that potential these habits have been stealing from you.
I want you to really lock this picture in your head. Your potential, your ambition, your entire life, it's a high-performance racing car. It's built for speed, it's built for incredible things. But even the best car in the world is useless without the right fuel and a driver who's willing to hit the gas.
And this just lays it all out, crystal clear.
On one side, you've got the high-grade fuel, deep sleep, powerful nutrition, focused action. And on the other side, engine sludge. All 5 of those killers we just talked about. You simply cannot win a race if you keep filling your tank with sludge. It's impossible.
And here it is, the final, most important piece of the puzzle. It's not just about the fuel, it's also about your willingness to actually drive. Those bumpy roads, that's discomfort. That's the challenge. That's the stretch zone. Winning requires both the clean fuel and the courage to take on the tough parts of the track.
So, we end with this, a question just for you. We've laid out the 5 anchors that are holding you down. Don't try to fix them all at once. That's a recipe for failure. Just look at the list, be brutally honest with yourself. Which one will you cut first? What's the one change you can make today that will start to change everything?